But yeah, Lachlan, we've been talking about it for weeks. I think it was your most anticipated of all of the Disney and Star Wars shows, and it's finally here. Obi-Wan Kenobi has released by the time right now for us its first 3 episodes. So what did you think of
Yep.
it?
Yep.
By the way, spoilers for the first 3 episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Well, first of all, I think everyone should know that I only watched the third episode less than 2 hours ago.
Okay, don't tell
And
them I
at
spoiled it
time
for
of
you.
recording,
No.
at time of recording,
Yeah.
I quickly looked at the show notes, and Ewan had already spoiled the third episode for me.
Yeah,
So, hey, what can I say?
What can I say? I mean,
Spoiler warning, not even in the show notes. So,
yeah.
moving on. So far, I have actually enjoyed it quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
There's obviously a part of me that would really like to see a more young Obi-Wan Kenobi, where, you know, just after the fall, him running away from the Empire, because I'd love to see some wicked sword battles. I love sword battles. Lightsaber battles, if you're a Star Wars stan.
Purist.
I am so far enjoying old man Obi-Wan, kind of like old man Logan,
old man Ben.
Old man Ben, where he's cut himself off from the Force. He's living his life protecting young Luke Skywalker, not giving a shit about Leia until he actually has to. And that was quite funny that this is literally about Leia right now so far. So
yeah,
for me,
interesting
episode
choice.
2, some people didn't like it. I really did, mainly just for the last part of episode 2. I thought that was spectacular. And episode 3, really fun as well. But altogether so far has just been a absolute ride with both Obi-Wan, with Ewan coming back, Ewan McGregor coming back, Top Bloke, and obviously Hayden Christensen as well.
I mean, I agree. I think it's been a fun show so far. I gotta say, I'm not a fan of the Leia plotline continuing after this third episode. I think it would have been a nice tie to end it. It feels very Mandalorian-esque, where you just need a... Well, I guess it's... Yeah, because like Baby Yoda, what's his name? Gork, or whatever his name is.
Grogu?
Grogu, yeah.
Not that I'm a Star Wars
Close
fan.
enough.
I just know that his name's Grogu.
Right. Grogu is basically glorified Yoda reference, and here you got another Skywalker that's tied in, and I just don't need that. Obviously, there needs to be an inciting incident for stuff to go down between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan that kind of gets him out of hiding.
I mean, you've already got an inciting incident, like the whole prequel trilogy.
Yeah, they're looking for him already. I don't know if we needed Leia in this, and it's a lot of that, like, oh, you are way smarter than usual kids are type. It's just and then I've seen some people talk about the look of the thing, the look of the show, that it looks a bit cheap. I don't think it does. It just doesn't look the same as maybe you're used to with the prequels or the more modern films. It's because it's that new technology, and I think it does have its limits. Like, there were a couple of times where I was thinking that, okay, they're rotating on a thing, but I think that's just me knowing the background to how the production goes. It's not as big, I guess, because there's less action in it overall, but that could be very interesting if they had more time to just focus on my man Ewan. But again, they drag Leia into it a bit too much. And I just feel like there's going to be a bunch more references towards the end. I'm so certain that they were like, okay, we just can't have only a battle at in episode 6 at the end of this. We got to sneak in a battle beforehand. Well, what did you think about the standoff between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan? Where he basically just gets wrecked.
Well, I was hoping... So, funnily enough, right, when I think of a Darth Vader fight, I can't get out of my head the Rogue One scene, because he absolutely kills that scene. Now, it's not Hayden, it's not, you know, the Vader that we know, it's definitely this one little off part, but I was really hoping to see some cool action, because we know that he's very powerful. We know that he's one of the strongest Force wielders ever to live. So I was hoping to see some harder action. Now we see him obviously maybe just being quite conservative with his powers. He obviously the Empire being a dictatorship essentially. You can't just go around killing people, but he did. So you kind of see
Mm-hmm.
that he's conservative with his abilities, but he's not afraid just to use just a minute of that just to snap someone's neck, which, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
oof, hardcore. The fight between Obi-Wan and Vader was kind of interesting because we know that Obi-Wan hasn't practiced the Jedi ways in a while. He's cut himself off from the Force. He isn't the Obi-Wan that we have seen in the movies. He's
Mm-hmm.
completely different now. So for him to run away was quite interesting and not to stand his ground. He's afraid of
Mm-hmm.
Vader in this series, which is very interesting. If I'm totally honest, it's super exciting to have this relationship just turn. He is so afraid of Anakin,
Mm-hmm.
and that's exciting. So that fight between the two, I enjoyed because it wasn't. Vader wants to play with him.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I found out of it. That's what I got out of it. It was like he's not even using his full ability because he could have just snapped his neck. He could have. He's
Yeah.
playing with Obi-Wan. He wants to break him down first. He wants to torture him, which is why I think some people got mad at the last episode that a bit of fire stopped him from Obi-Wan escaping, right?
Mm-hmm.
Vader could have easily just force moved the sand or whatever on top of the fire, get Obi-Wan, capture him, torture him. But I think that he's enjoying the thrill of the chase and he wants
Mm-hmm.
to hunt down Obi-Wan and he wants to torture him. He's enjoying that. So as much as people are like, that whole battle was pathetic, which it was, it's not a clean fight at all because,
Mm-hmm.
he hasn't practiced lightsaber battles in a while.
Yeah.
It was, and also blue lightsaber? using Anakin's own lightsaber against him was like to me. So from here on, it's like I feel like he's gonna have to reconnect with the Force.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, we're gonna get a Liam
Qui-Gon.
Neeson cameo, which
Yeah.
I fucking if we do, man, they're setting it up. They just have to have
It's
him
such a
rock up at
tease
some
with an
point,
old audio clip that they used. Yeah. So
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
I want Qui-Gon to rock up. I want to see a Rocky montage of Obi-Wan um,
Just
carrying
slicing.
Leia on his back, doing backflips and shit in a swamp.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see because I know that he still has it in him somewhere that he just has to unlock the Force, let it back through him
Mm-hmm.
again, and start doing some flips and shit. And I just
Yeah.
can't wait because I could already picture what hopefully they're gonna do. Where it's just gonna be a shot of him and he's gonna do his like like typical 2-finger point lightsaber
Mm.
stance, and I
Yeah.
feel like the whole fan base is gonna you when that episode airs, you're gonna feel the earth vibrate from the Star Wars fans screaming and crying because he's hello there kind of thing. So I
Yeah.
cannot wait. I'm very excited. And there's only 3 more episodes, but I really hope they would do another season. Please, God, please do another season.
Yeah. I don't know. I think this is really really a mini season because it's hard to extend to stuff. Uh, Apart from introducing apparently a bunch of animated characters that kind of cross over into live action now. I'm not a fan of the I guess the Grand Inquisitor type of subplot. I think that stuff is very Star Wars. It's super corny, which can be fun. But again, I think at the core, this should be very much about Darth Vader, Anakin,
Yep.
and Obi-Wan. You know, and if we could just get that without like let's have another character who's kind of wants to rise up and it's like I don't know, it just feels like it's more a spin-off. He's getting Boba Fetted. I just hope he doesn't get Boba Fetted, if I'm being honest. Um, we'll come back in I guess 3 weeks to share our thoughts on the season, the series as a whole. You hope for a season review, and I hope for a series review.